Today in this video, we are going to talk about the 7 reasons why it may or may not be a good time to buy a home in 2024. And we're going to get after that video right now. All right, well, first topic is mortgage rates, right? Recent reports indicate that rates are falling. What is that going to do to home prices? Well, we don't actually know right now, but most of our recent buyers that we are working with are enjoying the lower mortgage rate and actually getting quite a bit of concessions. Last couple buyers we got in fact, we just put a buyer in contract. They got 3.5% in the seller credit, as well as they're going to get in the 5s as far as the mortgage rate goes. We thought if interest rates went down, prices would go up. But right now, in this fall season, getting right into winter, it looks to be that interest rates are dropping, but prices are going to remain stable or even lower a little bit, and things are becoming on the market for longer. So when I'm shopping with my buyers, I'm encouraging like, hey, if we can find something that's been on the market for 30 or 45 days, then we absolutely have the ability to ask for a deal. This house we found was amazing. It was 2,400 square feet in Redmond, Oregon. And, it was $545,000, which seems like a lot, but we got 3.5% seller credit. Oh, by the way, the seller paid the entire buyer's agent commission, so my fee, so it didn't cost my buyers anything. So they're going to come in with 3.5%, get all of their closing costs paid for, a free home warranty, just a myriad of things, and, get a house to raise their family in. That's number one. Let's see what's on the list next. All right, so number 2, mortgage prices are dropping, but our price is going up. We actually haven't seen that much. We've seen prices become relatively stable. We've seen a lot of price reduction come across the board. It might not be like that in all areas, but in and around Central Oregon, especially in this time of year, prices became more stable, things are on the market more, and there's way more many deals to be had. So it might be a good time, and you're watching a real estate video and you're obviously thinking, well, of course he's going to tell me it's a good time. It's not always a good time to buy, and it absolutely depends on your situation. But what I'm seeing is we're able to get deals on houses. We're able to get concessions, closing costs. With the new NAR changes, I haven't had a buyer yet have to pay me. That's in a house all the way up to $1.8 million to one that's $300,000. I've been able to successfully negotiate every single time in the deals that I've done over the last 2 months, which is about 5, all of my commission paid by the seller. So is it a good time? We actually think it is a pretty good time to buy right now. Interest rates are a little bit lower and prices are stable, concessions out, and sellers still got to sell their house. You just got to hunt for the right one, and you got to be willing to be patient to find the right one. So that's number 2 on the list. Is it a good time to buy with mortgage rates falling? Oh, hey, by the way, are you enjoying this video? Leave us a comment below. My name is Joshua Grossman. I'm the leader of the Lifestyle and Ben team at eXp Realty. We get calls, texts, emails, and Zoom requests every day from people like you, and you looking to make their move to Bend, Oregon, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, we don't care. We want to hear from you. We want to help you. We want to find you that deal. If you're selling the house, we want to get you the most money for it. We are full service. We know the ins, we know the outs, and we've been doing this for a really long time. So pick up that phone. Let's chat. Let's make this happen. And let's jump right back to this video. All right, so number 3 on the list, housing market trends. What does that even mean right now? We all know that mortgage rates have come down, right? If you watch the news, you know that they've come down. They were in the 7s, they went to the 6 and 1s, and we're seeing people in the 5s now. But Redfin, most economists, National Association of Realtors all think that we're probably pretty close to where the bottom is, even if we get more Fed cuts. Is that an absolute truth? We don't know. Nobody has a glass crystal ball. Nobody can see into the future. The election may change some things. It may not change some things. But right now, longer on market, more inventory available, and interest rates really at an all-time low for the last 2 to 3 years. This might be an excellent time for you to jump in. And if interest rates drop in another couple of years, you can absolutely refinance out of it. But you may get an amazing deal right now. And that's what we're helping buyers do. Get amazing deals, get good interest rates, and get into the home of their dream in an area which has significantly less competition than we have had in a long time. During COVID, it was crazy. During the summer months, it's always crazy. Winter's right around the corner. That snow's going to start falling. And now may be time to pick up the deal that you've been looking for in and around Central Oregon. Let's look at what's next. So number 4, once again, back to interest rates. is it going to cause prices on homes to go up through the roof? Well, that's what everyone thought. But I'm telling you right now, that is not what we've seen. We've seen interest rates come down and we continue to get deals. So prices are not skyrocketing. Now, will that happen if we go into the fours? Will we get to the fours? Once again, nobody has a crystal ball. We may not be at there. We may. However, I will tell you that if you wait until spring or summer, when our market typically heats up, prices will start to rise. Less days on market, things are moving hot. And so, once again, there's 4 good reasons why it may be a good time to buy. And you can always be on the fence. We're totally okay with that. In fact, we see a lot less buyer activity right now. And I think a lot of people are on the fence waiting to see what happens with interest rates. Just don't wait too long. If you want to buy a house and you're in the right position, now might be the right time. It may not be the right time too. Give us a call. Let's chat. In fact, that's why we make these videos, so you guys can reach out to professionals. We have mortgage professionals. We have financial advisors, escrow, CPAs. We have a myriad of people we can refer you to get those questions answered. You don't have to trust us. Like, I don't know everything. And I'm, super honored to be partnered with the people I am, like Garrett Myers from Elevate Mortgage, like Connor McCullough from Northwestern Mutual, my financial advisor, a CPA. We can get you the right answers if you're thinking this. So might be a good time to buy, just based on the fact that we do have more inventory right now. Prices are not skyrocketing, and there's less people waiting or looking to buy a house right now, because I think a lot of people are waiting to see what's going to happen. So do you want to wait and see what happens, or do you want to jump in and get that deal right now? Because there is deals to be had. So here's an interesting migration patterns. Are people still wanting to live in Bend, Oregon? Well, in a recent video, we talked about how high we're ranked on one of the best places to remote work from. So top 6 places to remote work from in the US. People going to Texas, people going to Florida. Well, right now, the hurricanes and stuff in Florida, which are an absolute tragedy, might be causing people to double think that. Will you get some wildfires? It's absolutely the case. It is what it is. It's never really been in town. 20 years I've been here, I've never had to worry about it being where I live. They were pretty close this year. However, people are still drawn to what Central Oregon has. So I think the migration patterns, some places like Washington, California, even Texas, we just talked to a person from Cape Cod, North Carolina. A lot of people want to come to Central Oregon because of the lifestyle. And right now it's getting to be about amazing because winter's right around the corner. Skiing, snowboarding, snowshoeing, snowmobiling, like all of these things are coming up. So migration patterns definitely are impacting it, but right now it's a little bit slower, right? So even though a lot of people want to come here, you are going to most likely have more things to choose from and get a better deal, simply because not as many people are moving right here. So a little slower migration patterns in the winter, but it definitely does pick up in the springtime. So probably a pretty good time if the time is right for you. All right, well, number 6 on our list is the NAR Changes, right? Have you been watching the news? Have you seen what's happening? Well, I'll give you a brief overview. So there was a lawsuit, and it was sellers, and it was a class action lawsuit against the National Association of Realtors. And from that lawsuit stemmed a bunch of changes. And the number one change is now, as a seller, you're not required, if you're listed on the MLS, to give a portion of the commission to a buyer's agent. So as a listing agent, prior to this change, I would go and I would negotiate with my seller, and I would say, this is my fee. And I typically take that fee and I split it in half, and I give half to the buyer's agent. Well, that is no more. Right now, sellers can just pay their agent, and every buyer's agent that goes out with an agent has to sign. It's 100% required. If you get somebody that's telling you that it's not required, they are A, not a member of the National Association of Realtors, or B, they're lying to you. Because right now, before I can show the house to anybody, because I am a realtor and I am a member of the National Association of Realtors, I have to sign a buyer's agency agreement. And what does that look like? Well, a buyer's agency agreement tells you what I'm going to do for you. It shows you my value. I do way more than just open up doors and show you houses. We'll actually put a link down below to not only our free relocation guide, you should absolutely grab that, but we will drop a link to our free buyer's guide. It shows you all of what we do to help you buy your home. From searching, to showing houses, to unlocking doors, to navigating repair processes, to going through escrow with you, to referring handyman, like the list goes on and on and on. And so all that stuff is still available, but you have to decide upfront with your agent, which once again, it's fully negotiable. And if you're looking to buy a house and you want to have a conversation about that, reach out. Me and Theron are fully versed on the thing. I will tell you that to date, for the last 3 months, we have not had one buyer pay us one dime because we've negotiated it from the seller. So we are still following the rules 100% because we believe that is the right thing to do. But we're also very good at negotiating with two people coming from a huge background of real estate sales and negotiation. So we're not school teachers and we're not anything else. We come from this background. We have a negotiation background. And right now, that's what you need as a buyer to get the best deal. Someone that's willing to ask for the deal and to go to bat for you. Last on our list, number 7, seller financing, right? Like, not too many people talk about seller financing. What is seller financing? Well, that's when the seller owns the house outright and is able to basically hold the loan or the note himself. And oftentimes there's very favorable terms with this. Somebody needs to sell a house, maybe it's an atypical house, maybe it's out of the norm, or maybe they just want to do seller financing. There's obviously steps you have to go through. We've done them, we know about how to do them, and we can navigate through that process with you. But seller financing might be a good option for you. Maybe your job situation is not standard. Maybe you can't qualify for a loan, but you do have cash to put a down payment and you can afford the payment, right? Not without risks, 100%. You want to make sure it's completely done right, ran through escrow, ran through an attorney, make sure the contracts all look up to snuff. But if you have an atypical situation, you don't have a standard W-2 job, you haven't been in business for more than 2 years, things of that nature, seller financing might be an option. And there are deals that can be seller financed. But once again, you just got to have somebody that's willing to look for them with you. And Theron and I, we're absolutely willing to do that. So, that's 7 things why it may be a good time. All of them are pretty positive of why it might be a pretty good time to buy a house right now. But anytime you're buying a house, you need to look at a myriad of factors. What your income looks like, where you're at in your position, because you don't want to buy a house and then have to move, right? You're not supposed to sell your house in sooner than 2 years, because if you have a gain on your house, then you have to pay short-term capital gains. A lot of times you won't have time for your house to increase if you have to sell it again and pay realtor fees and escrow fees and that sort of thing. Each individual situation is different, and that's why we're making this video, right? You probably heard out there, oh, buy a house now, buy a house now. I'm not telling you to buy a house now. I'm telling you to look at your situation, look with professionals that know what they're doing, that do this every single day. For the last 12 months, we have averaged a transaction every 14 days, right? What does that mean to you? That means we do a lot of them, way more than the average, because the average in our area is a transaction every 6 months, right? So 1 every 14 days or 1 every 6 months. Who do you think has more experience in getting you the deal that you want to get? My money would be on myself and Theron, because we make this a full-time job. We're out doing this every day, and we are negotiating for deals for our buyers. 7 reasons why you should think about buying a house right now. Those are all pretty good reasons, but once again, reach out, let's chat about it. And we absolutely appreciate you being a follower to our channel. If you are a follower, if you're not, go ahead and hit that follow button, tap that bell for notifications, and we'll make sure to keep you up to date on all the current happenings in and around Bend, Oregon. Joshua Grossman, eXp Realty, Lifestyle in Bend, Theron Heinlein. We are standing by in Central Oregon to help you call this wonderful, amazing place your home. Until we see you, talk to you on a Zoom call, get a phone call from you. Hopefully we'll see you on the next video. We'll talk to you soon.